Yo, what up, what up? So, right when I think that this Friday is about to be the most boring Friday, and I don't really have anything that I can discuss with y'all other than Hail Mary 2003, this pops up on my feed, which is wildly interesting to me. Um, Yelawolf shares lesson learned from his conflict with Royce the 5'9". Now, all I knows is Royce and Yelawolf were both Shady babies. They made a lot of music together. Royce made a lot of music with Yelawolf. Yelawolf did a lot of stuff for Royce. He even did Without Warning on the DJ Premier album, Prime 2. Royce invited Yelawolf to come and do a song with him and DJ Premier. That's ill. Yelawolf on a Premier beat. And Yelawolf killed it. Royce ate Yelawolf for dinner, but Yelawolf still killed it. Anyway, sometime right after like Bloody Sunday, Royce came out of left field with this diss that was like, Yelawolf, you're a pundit, you're a culture vulture. I'm gonna kick your ass and I'm gonna leave you in front of Kid Rock's house. Everyone was like, why? Why? Y'all were so cool, man. Y'all made such great music together. Why? Is Yelawolf racist? And that became the. But here's the thing. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of Yelawolf. I rock with Yelawolf. Yelawolf isn't racist, bro. I know I'm just another white dude saying that, but I'm telling y'all, like, he ain't racist. White people. Here's the thing. White people know when other white people are racist. It is what it is. I can tell you from a 10-minute conversation if someone's racist or not. I can tell you from a 30-second conversation if someone's racist or not. White people just know when other white people are racist. For the most part. Some white people don't even know that they're racist. I'll be honest. But as for me, I can tell when other white people are racist pretty easily. Now, I grew up in two different areas, right? I became a man in Savannah, Georgia, which is a melting pot of all different types of people, all different types of cultures. But before I moved here, I lived in the sticks with my mom. And it was country, country, country. Outlaw country, you know what I mean? And there were some really good, super cool, awesome people that I met there and became friends with. And there were some white trash, nasty people that I've met as well. But I've always been a big fan of Yelawolf because I feel like the way that I grew up before Savannah and the way that he grew up are actually very similar. So I broke my heart a little bit when Royce said what he said, and we never really got to the bottom of it. But I'm interested really. Shady 1.0, they were so tight knit, like family. And I think that's why they were so successful. Obi's album sold. Obi's album went platinum. D12 went platinum. M went platinum. 50 went platinum. Anybody that was on that team and went over to Dre, the game went platinum. Like, it just does something to the listener whenever they feel like they're listening to a family. And I thought that was the dopest part about Yelawolf and Royce was they clicked. You know, it seemed so anyway. So when Royce came out with that diss, it kind of left me scratching my head. Like, I just don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? He went on a press run without answering the question that everybody asked, which was, what did he do? But I do specifically remember on one of the last interviews I heard him speak on Yelawolf in, he said, if I told y'all what he did, it would seem underwhelming at this point because people were hyping it up so much. He did something racist. Did he say the N-word? But I think Royce is kind of messed up if he didn't say the N-word or whatever. Royce is kind of messed up for letting people run with that narrative, especially in 2021, whenever that happened, where it was like cancel culture on the rise, and I just thought it was kind of a shady move, no pun intended. And when people would ask Yelawolf about it, it was always, "That's my brother, we'll be all right." But nobody has ever gotten to the bottom of what happened. However, if you go down on these Reddit forums and start looking into, the deep archives on it, the conspiracy is that Yelawolf was working on a project. One of Royce's producers that he's close with came down to help Yelawolf work on the project. And Clever, Yelawolf's DJ, said the N-word, and Yelawolf didn't check him. That ended up becoming the rumor, and people started running with it. And that is the most ran with rumor that I've seen. But I don't know if there's any truth to it, So when I saw this, like, oh, great, somebody's asking about the Royce the 5'9" thing again, and we're never going to get an answer for it. But I looked through some of the comments, and I was like, maybe there is an answer here. So I stopped watching it about a minute in, and I said, I'm going to share this experience with you guys. Let's do it.
I have a question just personally. I've been interested in. I don't want to go into the details because I think they're heavily documented. But you and Royce the 5'9" had conflict. You guys had a situation that happened. Mm-hmm. It was very public, or at least a story was public. We'll say that. Mm-hmm. But given everything that happened, what did you take away from that situation now? Do you feel like there's something you may have learned or a perspective that
we should dig that, right?
No.
Okay.
No, right. I would like to address this.
Okay, go ahead.
The way that he phrased the question was different. Instead of saying what happened there, which he's saying, the interviewer is saying, I think it's well documented. It's not. Nobody really knows what happened. Not for sure, not 100%. Like, we haven't heard it from Yelawolf, we haven't heard it from Royce. We don't know what happened. But the way that he phrased the question was, you feel like you learned anything from that experience? As somebody that creates content, I gotta tip my hat to this gentleman and salute him. That was a great way to phrase this question. And you can hear, you can hear Yelawolf's manager in the background, or whoever that is, somebody on his team's like trying to stop it, and Yelawolf's like, no, I'll answer it. That's hard.
No.
That's awesome.
Okay.
No, I would like to address this.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I like the way he asked me.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Not talking. So, let's start from the top. Ask me again, because I was distracted by that.
Yeah, given, what happened or whatever happened between you and Royce the 5'9", mm-hmm. Looking back at that experience, is there something that you learned, or maybe something you've taken away as you think about it today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Royce is my brother, you know what I mean? And we've done incredible music together, you know what I mean? Like, I've been invited to do records with Royce with, like, DJ Premier, and I'll put Royce on records with Ritz, like, we've intertwined music for years.
The LAF remix. That song where he got Royce and Crook to come and do that song with Ritz, the LAF remix, was super hard. Super dope record. Yelawolf spazzed. Royce spazzed. Crook spazzed. Ritz might have been the worst rapper on the song, and he killed it too. If y'all haven't heard that, go check out the LAF remix by Ritz featuring Yelawolf, Crooked Eye, and Royce the 5'9". Ooh, that was hard.
And what I learned from that situation was, it just wasn't meant for me to carry the torch. In the South, let me back up. I was raised around Dukes of Hazzard and Leonard Skinner, okay?
Okay, so I want to stop right here because I think that this is important. Because a lot of people are very judgmental and don't think about the way other people were raised and the environments that they were brought up in. So let me paint a picture, right? If my cousin, who I hang out with all the time growing up because we're forced to be around each other. Let's say that my cousin is a racist piece of dirt, right? Can't stand him. Let's say that he puts me on to Dukes of Hazzard. You know what I mean? Like the TV show. And I'm like, oh, I love this show though. You know what I mean? He's a piece of crap, but I love this show. I hate how racist he is. He's always talking about black people in a negative light, and he's always being hateful. Like, I can't stand him, but I appreciate him putting me onto this show. And then I grow up to watch that show and love that show. I'm probably not going to associate the show with the behavior of him. He didn't have nothing to do with creating the show. So what Yelawolf is saying here, or what I think he's about to start getting into is, yeah, I was raised around this stuff. You know what I mean? And it was just like what you liked. You know what I mean? I didn't associate this with like acts of terror. I didn't associate this with racism. And if y'all go and listen to a song, To Whom It May Concern, he actually addresses all of this in the song. But I'll let him.
So, the Dixie flag was a part of my visual reality. You know what I mean?
I get that.
But I grew up around a mixed family. I'm from a mixed family, for real. Like, you know, if you said something even slightly racist, you got your fucking jaw slapped. You could not do that around me or my family at all.
That's hard because even a lot of people like even a lot of people that I grew up around that didn't tolerate racism, like we would check you. I will check you. I'm one of them white people. Like if you come up to me talking about, oh, this, that, and the other, and it's something racist, I'll check you right to your face, right in front of whoever I'm with. It don't matter. I'll check you for it because I want to teach my kids that they need to check people for that, right? But a lot of people, they might like me check you in terms of like, don't say that. You sound like a crazy freak. But on the other hand, like, to stand 10 toes, like, you will not talk like that around me. That's different. And that's a different level of respect for the opposite. You get what I'm saying? I think that's hard. That's something to be commended if true.
Now, when I grew up I ended up in Atlanta, Georgia, we started a crew called Dixie Mafios with Grip.
That's important to say too. Like coming from where's he at in Alabama? Gadsden. Coming from Gadsden, little small town Gadsden, into Atlanta, this melting pot. Once again, I can relate because I came from little old sticks outside of Statesboro, Georgia, in a place called Cleto, to being around a melting pot in Savannah where I felt more welcome and I fit in better. You know, I've always been like the white thuggin' country emo preppy boy. Like I did all of it. I had on these. I still do. I'm 34 and I still do that. I got on like the golf shirt with, you know, the big earrings. I got on the Yeezys. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me. I'm way different. Most white people are nothing like me, but I love what I love, and I want a piece of everything that I love.
Plies, Shady Fat, you know, rest in peace, both of them. Zoo Atlanta, myself, DJ Clever, and even Dax. Dax had a New South thing going on with Outkast. And so there was this turn on the Dixie flag that we were trying to put into culture. You know what I mean?
Okay.
From Andre 3000 or 8-Ball MJG, Lil Jon.
Okay, Lil Jon. All right, so what he's saying here is the turn that he's talking about, wanting to interpret and put into culture, is a flip on it so that it doesn't mean what it did once before, but it means something new now and it's owned by us. Kind of like what black people have been able to do with the N-word. And now you're not allowed to say it, rightfully so. I think that's hard. In the same light, I do respect this. Like, if you're trying to take it away from the evildoers that were using it and put it into a new perspective and a new light, like, This is what we're on, this New South thing, which he has spit in his music over and over and over again. So it's not anything that contradicts what he said. Then I think that that's hard, personally.
John, it was turning it. It was turning it on itself and
I
owning
like
it.
it. I like
so that
it.
it could be ours and it could not be held against
And that's
us,
a super
what I mean?
Yelawolf thing to
Us
do.
as a culture. And
Think about
but
it.
the difference is, bro, like, I became the guy in the crew. It could have been Grip Pliers, and all things would have been fine. You know, and I would have been behind, you know what I mean? But I'm a white boy, bro. That's it. It doesn't, the desired effect, it doesn't have the same desired effect as it does if Andre 3000 rocks a Dixie flag on his belt buckle and Sorry Miss Jackson. That has a different message. Now, I was with that shit. I was like, I understand this 100%, you know? I understand this. I know what this is. I'm with this.
But even though he's right, if Andre 3000 does it, it's perceived differently, of course. That's an obvious statement. But it's still, with Yelawolf coming from the background that he comes from, to be kind of the final nail, like, yeah, and this is what we rock, this is what we stand on, but it's new now. This ain't what it was back then. I think that could have worked if people wouldn't have flipped out. Now, I will tell y'all, Yelawolf, he had a stint where he looked absolutely crazy, and he had that flag on his hat, his shirts, his suit, like, went a little too far with it, you know what I mean? It wasn't just a belt buckle in the Miss Jackson video, but never in a million years did I think he was racist, you know what I mean? I just think that he went through a phase where he was really trying to put something into the hip-hop culture. There was kind of a subculture of it, you know, and make it hip-hop's. And I really believe Yelawolf when he says that, because Yelawolf is, by definition of like culture, like Yelawolf is super hip-hop. You know what I mean?
And I took it upon myself, and it boxed me in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Boxed me in this
so.
space. And it also opened up a lot of fucking white boys who didn't know shit about hip hop or shit about nothing, to be honest.
That's the problem.
They just saw that Dixie flag and they thought, oh, I'm gonna be a fucking rapper and fucking do this country music bullshit. You know what I mean? Like they didn't get it. It was a
And that's where hip-hop comes from, right? Like Colt Ford and all these country rappers, bro, that outside in my front yard on my four-wheeler, looking for a whore dealer, looking for some more dealers. Like, no, dude. No, just no, dude. You know?
protest, dog. I got
It's
red
protest.
tattooed on my neck because they called me a redneck. You know what I mean? Like, it was I'm trying to create a juxtaposition here.
Fire.
And
Fire use
what
of
I
the word.
realized and what I learned from that is that it's not up to me, man. It's not. I had to deflate what I took on as a responsibility to help. You know what I mean? Because there's too much ignorance behind that shit. Too much dumb shit. There's too much hate. There's too much. It's just
There
too
is.
much.
There is, bro, because if you think about it, no matter what you try to do with it, it's always going, like, if there's a KKK meeting somewhere right now, that flag's in there. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. And that's why, like, you got to let go, bro. I'm glad he did. Like, he let go of that a long time ago, after To Whom It May Concern. He let go. And I don't think it hurt him as bad as I thought it was going to, but I definitely think that it hindered his career a little. I do. But he's successful now and he's doing well now, and I'm proud of him, man, and I'm a Slamerican fan, bro. I'm rocking with what they're doing over there. I think it's hard. And I love his music. And I'll stand 10 toes on this and argue with anybody, anywhere, anytime. Yelawolf is like a white Andre 3000. Like, he is not Hiphop, bro. He's not like Colt Ford and all them. He ain't no Bubba Sparks. He ain't no Willie Vanilli, dude. Like, this cat is hip hop, top tier lyricism. Now, he's getting on up in age. I like the new album he just put out, but that's not going to be his best display of work, you know. But Love Story, that album is a masterpiece to me. And I mean, maybe it's because some of the roots that I grew up around, that lifestyle is ingrained in me to an extent. And I did take it with me when I came to Savannah, this melting pot of a city. And I was me, but I had like this hint of kind of country boy in me, you know what I mean, that I tried to bring to the hood people around me. And I don't know, man. I don't, if you're real and you're about real stuff and about being true to yourself, then really there ain't nothing nobody can say anyway. I'm just kind of, we'll get to it in a minute, but I'm kind of disappointed in Royce. If this, the flag, that's what all this was about. I don't know yet, but
when when that motherfucker ran up in that church, killed those people.
This is into whom it
Yo,
may
dude,
concern.
I called Killer Mike. I was crying, dude. I was like, man, I'm so sorry, dude. I don't. He's like, man, you ain't gotta say I'm sorry, bro. I was like, nah, man, I am, and this is fucked up. And I fucking banished everything around me that had anything to do with that motherfucking flag. You know, I was like, it's a wrap. It's over. These fucking idiots. They don't get it, dog. They're fucking everything. Everything's fucked. You know, and so I made this American flag, which is a flag that I created off of pen and paper myself.
It's fire.
My flag. You know what I'm saying? And it's for everyone.
It's fire.
And that's it. That's where I ended it.
That's fire.
You know, and I wrote
like
this record.
To whom it may concern.
Called To Whom It May Concern. And you know, if you haven't heard it, please go listen to it. You know what I mean? I think I hit every point possible.
Yeah, but the timeline's off, Yella. Am I going to be the one that is the bearer of bad news here? The timeline is off. Royce, to whom it may concern, I'll tell you like this, right? Royce didn't come at him till 2019. Let's see. Yelawolf, to whom it may concern, release date. To whom it may concern was released in 2015 in regards to the Rebel Flag or Dixie Flag drama. Kid Vicious, Royce's little brother, and Royce came at Yelawolf in like 2019, 2020. So that's not what this is about.
On that. But what I learned from that is like, look, man, I get it, bro. And you know, culturally speaking, I understand my position, you know, and I am I'm a worthy.
Dang, man, the timeline's off and I can't get it out of my head because even Royce and Yella even made that song with DJ Premier in like 2019. Timeline's off. Timeline's off, man. That's not the Royce issue. I think that he's just mixed up in his head right now.
Worthy guest in this house.
That's fire to say, though.
And I
I'm
deserve
a worthy
to be
guest in this house. I deserve to be.
But in saying that, I will also say that the rules are the fucking rules. And I get it. You know what I mean? And I just wasn't the vessel to carry that on. It just wasn't for me to do. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I got love for my brothers, dude. Like, end of story. You know, like, that'll never change. You know, that was a cultural tap. That was a bump down culturally. It wasn't no MC shit, or else I would have got on some MC shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just listened. All right, I get it. You know what I mean?
Well, he did. God, man, I love Yelawolf, so I don't want to do this, but the timeline is off. You're talking about something that don't have nothing to do with the other thing. And when Royce did check you, yes, I believe that you listened. I believe what he's saying, but as soon as he said it, Yelawolf posted a post and he deleted it like 20 minutes later, but he said like, yo, Eminem, come get your hype man, before I send the Slamerican goons at him or something like that. So, oh, man.
So it's just it's like cleaning house, man. It's like fucking like, and you know, it's like a fucking set. It's like setting yourself up for something that was like kind of impossible to get out of. But it's only because
Maybe
there's
it
just
is
a
connected.
misunderstanding of how it was created in the first place, how I was created.
Maybe it is connected. Maybe
Not
maybe
just
Yellow.
the message, but how me, Yelawolf, Michael Wayne Acre, where I come from. You know, I'm not some podunk fucking white boy from the fucking country, don't know shit. You know what I mean? I was walking around in Harlem with fucking Pete Rock. You know what I mean? And fucking 99. Dog, I was fucking doing promotions for De La Soul, Autobionics, walking around in a fucking spacesuit in New York and Brooklyn. You know, I'm from the grit, bro. I ain't from that dumb shit. Like,
I believe
know what
that.
I'm doing.
That's
It just didn't have
real
the
recognized
desired
real.
effect. That's all. So I decline.
Yeah.
All right, timeline's off, but I think he might just be confused, man. I think that whenever he heard Royce, he might have been thinking in his head something to do with Crit. Because I think that him and Big Crit have also had somewhat of a fall off. And I think that the flag is probably because of a him and Crit situation. And it's all mixed up in his head. We still, even at the end of this video that I thought we were going to know, don't have the slightest idea or clue about what really happened between Royce and Yelawolf. Royce, if you're watching this, in the last time Royce was asked, he was like, yeah, we cool, whatever. He wasn't really cool with him, but he was like, yeah, cool, whatever. It's fine, man. I'm off that. So, I don't know, dude. I don't know. But also, that happened in 2019, 2020, 2021. That was at the height of anything even slightly remotely close to being a racist statement was taken like it was the most racist thing that's ever been said in history. So maybe Yelawolf said something that in 2011 would have been fine. But at the point in time he said it, he still needed to be checked like, yo, that's a little much. From what I heard with Royce, another clip that's sticking into my brain, Royce said, I felt like me and Yelawolf were dear friends, real friends. I felt like he offended me and he didn't want to apologize. So here we are. So I don't know, man. I'm still kind of clueless here. I thought we were going to get to the bottom of something, but at least we got that. I mean, that was all into whom it may concern, but it is a little bit fishy and finicky and funny that we just still ain't able to get to the bottom of it. Someone might have said the N-word. But look, bro, if it slipped, it slipped. I don't know, man. It ain't in my vocabulary, but you know, I do. Let me put it to you this way. There are a lot of white boys out here that will say that word in passing or trying to be funny, and they're not trying to. They don't think that it's right. They're not intentionally being racist. They're not saying it, and they're not even racist. They just look like idiots. You know what I mean? To me, that's what you look like, is just a moron. You look like an idiot. But I don't know, man. It ain't my place to decide that. And I do feel like Yelawolf, to people like me, that, you know, I grew up in Southeast Georgia. I grew up in a good mix between the sticks and the hood. And then I have blended what I have learned between the both of them to become the man that I am today. And that code and the morale that I have learned from my experiences is what I pass on to my children. So it's important to me. So I recognize Yelawolf as someone who has went through similar experiences, came out on the other side of them, and now he is trying to teach these experiences and traits that he has learned through those experiences to his children and to his fans and to his friends and family. So it takes a village, and we all out here just trying to pass our torches to the next generation. We have an obligation and a duty to do so, but it's important that, we call out wrong when we see wrong. It's important that we salute right when we see right, but it's also important that if we see wrong, try to correct it. And if that person does correct it and does apologize and does move forward and changes the direction, that should be saluted as well. So, I don't know. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all on the next one.